Right now, somewhere in the United States, a perfectly healthy person feels like they're dying. Their heart is pounding, their hands are shaking, their chest feels tight. There's no fire, no accident, no immediate danger, yet their body is screaming that something is terribly wrong. This isn't rare, it isn't weakness, it's an epidemic hiding in plain sight. Anxiety has quietly embedded itself into American life, into work, money, relationships, sleep, and most people don't even know why they're carrying it. The real mystery isn't why you feel anxious, it's what kind of world forces millions of nervous systems to live in constant survival mode. At 3:17 a.m., millions are awake for no visible reason, staring at ceilings, refreshing phones, replaying conversations, imagining futures that haven't happened yet. This is anxiety without a face, silent, persistent, and everywhere. The United States, one of the most advanced nations on Earth, is also one of the most anxious, and this didn't happen by accident. Anxiety is not a flaw in character, it's biology colliding with a modern environment it was never designed for. The human nervous system evolved to handle short bursts of danger, a predator, a fight, a sudden threat. Stress hormones would rise, action would happen, and then the body would return to calm. But modern American life never gives that signal of safety. Bills replace predators, deadlines replace danger, notifications replace alarms. The brain doesn't distinguish between a charging animal and an email that threatens your income. The amygdala, the brain's fear center, reacts the same way. But unlike ancient threats, modern stress never resolves. Cortisol stays elevated, muscles stay tense, the mind never fully shuts off. American culture quietly rewards this state. Hustle is praised. Rest is treated like laziness. Being busy becomes proof of worth. Long work hours, multiple jobs, side hustles, constant productivity. These aren't just habits, they're chronic stressors. Neuroscience shows that prolonged stress strengthens fear circuits while weakening emotional regulation. The brain literally rewires itself to expect danger. Add financial uncertainty, healthcare costs that can destroy savings overnight, student debt that follows people for decades, a job market that feels secure until it suddenly isn't. The nervous system craves predictability. When life feels fragile, vigilance becomes automatic. Then comes stimulation masquerading as relief. Caffeine spikes the nervous system, sugar crashes blood glucose, social media feeds comparison, outrage, and bad news directly into the brain, hour after hour. Dopamine keeps people scrolling, cortisol keeps them tense, the body never feels safe enough to power down. But anxiety isn't here to destroy you, it's a signal, a misfiring alarm, and once you understand why it's so loud, you can learn how to quiet it. Controlling anxiety naturally doesn't start with forcing calm thoughts. It starts with teaching the body that it's safe again. Safety is not an idea, it's a physical state. This is why telling someone to just relax never works. The nervous system has to feel it first. Breathing is the fastest gateway. Slow, deep breathing, especially extending the exhale, stimulates the vagus nerve, the main pathway of the parasympathetic nervous system. This system governs rest, digestion, and recovery. Breathing in for 4 seconds and out for 6 lowers heart rate, reduces cortisol, and sends a clear biological message: the danger has passed. This isn't theory, it's measurable physiology. Movement reinforces that message. Not punishment workouts, not exhaustion, gentle, rhythmic movement, walking, swimming, light cycling, regulates anxiety far more effectively when stress is high. Research shows that moderate aerobic exercise increases GABA, a calming neurotransmitter often deficient in anxious brains. This is why a simple daily walk can calm the mind more reliably than intensity. Sleep is the foundation most Americans unknowingly sacrifice. Sleep deprivation keeps the amygdala hyperreactive while weakening the prefrontal cortex, the brain's braking system. One poor night of sleep can amplify anxiety responses by over 30%, yet screens glow late into the night, blue light suppresses melatonin, and the nervous system never fully resets. Protecting sleep isn't luxury, it's neurological repair. Food also shapes anxiety quietly. Ultra-processed diets inflame the gut, and the gut and brain communicate constantly. Nearly 90% of serotonin is produced in the digestive system. When gut health suffers, emotional regulation weakens. Diets rich in fiber, omega-3s, fermented foods, and stable blood sugar don't just fuel the body, they stabilize the mind. Then there's stillness. Not distraction, not forced positivity. Stillness allows the nervous system to complete stress cycles that were never closed. Nature amplifies this effect. Even brief exposure to green spaces lowers cortisol and blood pressure. The brain remembers where it came from. Predictable rhythms matter too. Regular wake times, consistent meals, daily routines. Predictability signals safety at a cellular level. Anxiety loosens when the brain knows what comes next. This isn't about eliminating fear, it's about regulation. And regulation is a skill that can be trained. Anxiety tightens its grip when it's treated like an enemy, fought, suppressed, judged. Resistance tells the brain that danger is real. But when anxiety is met with curiosity instead of panic, its power weakens. Neuroscience shows that naming sensations, tight chest, racing thoughts, shallow breath, reduces activity in the amygdala while strengthening the prefrontal cortex. This process, called affect labeling, turns fear into information. You stop drowning in the feeling and start observing it. Observation creates distance. Distance creates control. Thoughts themselves are not threats. They're electrical patterns shaped by habit and experience. But anxious minds treat every thought as urgent and true. Learning to let thoughts pass without engagement, practiced in mindfulness-based approaches, quietly rewires attention networks. Over time, mental noise loses authority. Human connection is another powerful regulator. Despite constant digital contact, real social safety is declining in the U.S. The nervous system co-regulates through trusted human presence, eye contact, tone, shared silence. Oxytocin released during safe connection counteracts cortisol. Loneliness does the opposite. Anxiety thrives where connection is missing. Purpose anchors the nervous system as well. When life feels meaningless, the brain searches for danger to justify unease. Purpose, through contribution, creativity, service, or growth, gives stress direction instead of letting it spiral inward. None of this requires becoming someone else. It requires returning to what the nervous system has always needed: safety, rhythm, nourishment, rest, and connection. Anxiety became common in the United States because the environment changed faster than human biology could adapt. But biology is not broken, it's responsive. As you slow your breath, move with respect, protect your sleep, nourish your body, quiet the noise, and allow feelings without judgment, you're not escaping life, you're training your nervous system to live in it without constant fear. And slowly, sometimes so quietly you'll almost miss it, the alarm stops screaming, the body stands down, the mind follows. Not because the world became easier, but because you became regulated enough to face it without losing yourself.